Good morning, students. So we'll start our chapter 11 or unit 11. Name of this unit is alcohols, phenols, and ethers. Now, why do we study these three types of organic compounds together? Because they have some similarity. What is the similarity? Alcohol contains or hydrocarbon containing an oxygen. Along with that, if there is one hydrogen, then we call it as alcohol. In phenols, if there is any aryl group, then we call it as phenol. And ethers, if there is any alkyl group, then oxygen, and again another alkyl group is there, or if aryl group is there. Okay, so this could be aromatic, could be aliphatic. These are called as ethers. So what is common in all? The common thing in all is that they all contain oxygen, and oxygen. But they have different properties. Like if you treat this with sodium metal, then it will give out its H plus and will form ROH. Sodium ethoxide or sodium alkoxide, and hydrogen will come out. You can always balance it by multiplying it by 2. Same case here. Sodium phenoxide can be formed and hydrogen can come out if it is treated with sodium. But this will give no reaction. Next, if you treat this with pH paper, this will show neutral, this will show acidic nature because of the double bond character. This bond is weak bond. They have a double bond character here. As a result, it will show acidic nature, and this will show neutral. If you treat this with benzene diazonium chloride, this will show no reaction. This will form an azo dye. And will give orange color. This will give no reaction. What else can we do? If we treat it with ferric hydroxide or ferric chloride, if we treat it with FeCl3, it will show no reaction. but this will form a red colored precipitate of iron phenoxide. It will give a red coloration. So they have many similarities and they have many differences, isn't it? So we have seen some of their properties in which they are showing similarity and some of the properties in which they are showing differences. The most glaringly seen similarity is the presence of oxygen in each of these. Alright. Some more interesting similarity I can show you. You take ethanol. And if you treat it with concentrated H2SO4, then at a higher temperature, that is 443 Kelvin, dehydration can take place. Dehydration can take place and can form ethene. Also, dehydration can also be in this way. At 413 Kelvin, it can form ether like this. H and OH can come out and can form ether. So see here, there is so much of similarity in the molecule. They can be easily interconverted, isn't it? How will you name this? This is a symmetrical ether. Okay, both sides the alkyl groups are same, so we'll name it as ethoxyethane. If this will be CH3, then we will name it as methoxyethane. Okay, so I have shown you the preparation of ethoxyethane. This is preparation of ethoxyethane. Now if you have to prepare methoxyethane, then what will you do? For that we conduct a named reaction again. The named reaction is Williamson synthesis. Here what do? We take CH3, CH2OH, treat this with sodium hydroxide also we can take, or better take sodium. It will form CH3, CH2O minus Na plus. To this CH3, CH2 O minus Na plus, if we give methyl iodide, then NaI will come out and will form CH3, CH2O, CH3. Now its name will be, the smaller alkane will become alkoxy and the larger alkane will become alkane. So it will be methoxy ethane. Okay, we will not name it as ethoxymethane, we will name it as methoxyethane. All right, just like this is hydroxy, similarly it is methoxy, and for any alkane, alkoxy. All right, so these are interrelated molecules and hence we study it all together. So in this way I wanted to introduce this chapter to you. Now we will start with preparation of alcohols. Okay, how do we prepare alcohol? Preparation of alcohol. By SN2 reaction of RCl plus KOH. What else? By hydrolysis of alkene by hydroboration oxidation by oxymercuration and demercuration. By reduction of aldehyde by lithium aluminum hydride and by reaction with Grignard reagent. Isn't it? So these are the ways in which you can prepare alcohol. Here what did we see? RCl with NaOH or KOH was forming ROH. Here what did we see? With BH3 it was forming BR3, and further with H2O it was forming 3ROH plus BH3 back again. With this what did we see? We used mercuric acetate HgOAc and it was forming CH3 COH CH3. If it was meant to react with CH3 CH double bond CH2. With this what did we see? We saw that any aldehyde with RMGX can form CH3 OH X H. With this what did we see? We saw that CH3 CHO plus lithium aluminum hydride formed alcohol CH3 CH2 OH. With this what did we see? Any alkene forms CH3 CH2 OH when concentrated H2SO4 is given and then after that water is given. Now this summary I will add in the beginning of the class or beginning of this video and also at the end of the video so that you can assimilate. First of all, what we study in a very elaborate manner, and after that what we do, we condense it to fit in our brain, isn't it? So I have explained each of this reaction with individual small steps Then before and after this discussion, I am summarizing it. All right. So in this way, in a very summarized manner, you can keep it in mind. But in the exam, apply your IQ to expand it and write. All right. Thank you. Of alcohol, we will see. Then we will see preparation of phenol. Then we will see preparation of ether. Okay. Although I have shown you the preparation of ether, nothing more than that is there. But still, I will do it once again. First, manufacturing. What we do, we take either cane sugar juice or wastages of it, like it is called as bagasse, okay, or the wastages. We treat it with yeast. Now yeast gives out two types of enzymes, gymase and invertase. So the cane sugar contains C12H22O11. This undergoes a process of decomposition, microbial decomposition, which we call as fermentation. And what is formed? Ethanol is formed, C2H5OH. Also, methanol is prepared by dry distillation of wood, dry distillation of wood. A wood is made to undergo heat in a closed glass vessel, and it gives out vapors of methanol, which is condensed and collected in some other vessel. Okay, so these are the manufacturing. Now synthetic methods which we use in the laboratory. We will see laboratory methods of preparation. We can prepare it from ethyl chloride by giving it aqueous QOH. We can prepare it by hydrolysis using H2SO4. One H will come here, one SO4 will come here. So in this way it can be formed. This is one way. This is another way. Then we can do it by hydroboration also. Hydroboration reaction. Method 1, method 2, method 3. CH3 CH double bond CH2. If this is treated with BF3, so it is electron deficient compound. So what will happen? Fluorine will go to one carbon and boron will go to the other carbon. So as a result, what will happen? As a result, or BH3 rather, hydroboration, not BH3, by hydroboration, this is called as hydroboration reaction. We take BH3. Now just like Markovnikov's rule, what will happen? Hydrogen will come here and boron will come here. So it will form CH3 C H B H2 CH3. Now it will take some more space, so I have to erase it. These two reactions you can note down. Again CH3 CH BH2 CH3 will react with another CH3 CH double bond CH3 CH2. So one more hydrogen will go here and this carbon will attach here. So it will form boron C C H CH3 H CH3 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 H. Again, third time this molecule will react. Boron, carbon, 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 CH3, CH3, H, CH3, 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 H. So boron is trivalent, so 3 bonds with carbon is formed. Hydrogens are taken up by this carbon 3 times. Now what we can do is we can hydrolyze this. So we can hydrolyze it by giving water H plus OH minus. Alright. So each of these will break and will form CH3, C, CH3, H, OH. So it will form a secondary alcohol. With this reaction, we can form secondary alcohol. In short, if you want to see this, we can see it in this way. All right. Let me summarize this big reaction. Okay. It is not big, it is repetitive. CH3, CH double bond, CH2. This is hydroboration. We are giving BF3. So this BF3 is nothing but, BH3. BH, H and H. Now 3 molecules of this will get hydrogenated. This will come here and this will come here. So if it happens 3 times, then what will be formed? Boron, carbon, 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 CH3, CH3, OH, CH3, CH3, H, H and CH3, CH3, H. Now in this molecule, one OH here, one H here of H2O breaks. One H here, one OH here breaks. One OH here and one H here breaks. So what will be formed now? Each of these OH will join here. So it will form 3 CH CH3 CH OH CH3. How many times? 3 times. It gives high yield and secondary alcohol. So this was hydroboration method. Or we can say hydroboration oxidation method. Okay. Hydroboration and oxidation method. Next we can see oxymercuration effect or oxymercuration process. Oxymercuration demercuration reaction. So what do we use? We use mercuric acetate. And any alcohol, any alkene. This reaction is done in presence of THF, tetrahydrofuran. This is called as tetrahydrofuran. And H2O. Tetrahydrofuran contains lone pair of electron and can take Ag plus very easily. Now what happens? It has one electropositive part and one electronegative part. So the electropositive part feels attracted towards the pi cloud, and forms CH2 CH, this side Hg, O minus CO CH3, and this side comes OH. So after giving this THF and water, it breaks and forms CH3 COH HCH3. So here demercuration is taking place. So first of all, mercuration is taking place. This is mercuration process. And here demercuration. THF is basically a hydride donor. So it gives hydrogen to this carbon atom to make it CH2 to CH3. This OH comes from water. So this was the method of preparation of secondary alcohol. Now we had studied that organic reactions are nucleophilic, addition. So these are all addition reactions. Hydroboration was oxidation reaction and then oxidation reaction. First addition reaction and then oxidation reaction. Mercuration, oxymercuration, demercuration reaction was first addition reaction and then after that oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. Similarly, two types of reactions we have seen in preparation of alcohol. First was nucleophilic substitution reaction, in which CH3Cl2H5Cl was reacting with aqueous KOH, was either SN1 SN2 reaction. Okay, it was nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, SN2 reaction. Second was addition of hydroboration, hydrogen, borane, addition of borane. Okay, or boron hydride, addition of boron hydride was taking place, and after that oxidation was taking place. Then again addition of mercuric acetate was taking place. Okay, then demercuration was taking place. Now mercury is used because it is a heavy metal. It will not prefer to remain in the covalent bond for a long time. It acts as a very good living group. Alright, so mercuric acetate is a very good living group, so it can leave very easily if THF and water is given. THF is tetrahydrofuran. Alright, so now what are the other types of reactions left? Other types of reactions left are oxidation reaction. So we can do oxidation of reduction reaction of acid. We can reduce the acid to form aldehyde, or we can oxidize alcohol to form aldehyde and again reduce it back, or we can use Grignard reagent also. Let us see how. If you take any aldehyde, CH3CHO, and reduce it with a reducing agent, this is a very common reducing agent which you have to remember, lithium aluminum hydride. it will form CH3 CH2OH. If it is acyl chloride, CH3 COCl, then this is reduced by palladium, which contains hydrogen adsorbed, poisoned with BaSO4. So Rosenmund synthesis takes place. This process is also called as Rosenmund reaction. Forms CH3 CHO. And further, it can be reduced by giving lithium aluminum hydride to form CH3 CH2 OH. Now using Grignard reagent we will see. What is Grignard reagent? Either you can take any aryl halide plus magnesium, dry ether. It will form ArMgX, or you can take RCl, alkyl halide plus Mg plus dry ether, and then reflux it. In water bath, you have to reflux it. So it will form RMgX. Now, if you take any alcohol or aldehyde rather, say if I take CH3 COH, this is aldehyde, this has negative charge, this is positive charge, partial positive charge. Now if I give this organometallic compound, this is organometallic compound, its name is Grignard reagent. Then say in case of R, let me take another CH3 I can take, or C2H5 MgX. So this part is positive part, and this part is positive part, and this part is negative part. So positive part goes here and negative part comes here, and it forms CH3 COMgX, here H, and here C2H5. So here you can add one alkyl group as well as you can make it alcohol. Now if you hydrolyze this with H2O in H plus, this will become MgOH minus X minus, and here OH will come. It will form CH3 COH, C2H5 H, and this will form Mg, ionic bond with X minus, ionic bond with OH minus. So again, what is formed? Secondary alcohol is formed. So these are the ways in which you can prepare alcohol. Now let me summarize everything all together. All right. Summary. Alcohol by SN2 reaction of RCl plus KOH. What else? By hydrolysis of alkene by hydroboration oxidation by oxymercuration and demercuration. By reduction of aldehyde by lithium aluminum hydride and by reaction with Grignard reagent. Isn't it? So these are the ways in which you can prepare alcohol. Here what did we see? RCl with NaOH or KOH was forming ROH. Here what did we see? With BH3 it was forming BR3, and further with H2O it was forming 3ROH plus BH3 back again. With this what did we see? We used mercuric acetate HgOAc and it was forming CH3 COH CH3. If it was made to react with CH3 CH double bond CH2. With this what did we see? We saw that any aldehyde with RMGX can form CH3 OH X H. With this what did we see? We saw that CH3 CHO plus lithium aluminum hydride formed alcohol CH3 CH2 OH. With this what did we see? Any alkene forms CH3 CH2 OH when concentrated H2SO4 is given, and then after that water is given. Now this summary I will add in the beginning of the class or beginning of this video, and also at the end of the video, so that you can assimilate. First of all, what we study in a very elaborate manner, and after that what we do, we condense it to fit in our brain, isn't it? So I have explained each of this reaction with individual small steps. Then before and after this discussion, I am summarizing it. All right. So in this way, in a very summarized manner, you can keep it in mind. But in the exam, apply your IQ to expand it and write. All right. Thank you.